Guys, you know what makes me angry? Like, just when Power World came out, y'all don't like everybody did not know how to handle themselves. I swear to God, like I looked at this one freaking journalist from Eurogamer. You'll feel like a mark when you play it. It was a product. Hold on, let me get the actual fucking shit because that motherfucker went into hit the protective mode on his shit. I'm just like,
Obliterated in the comments. This tweet, for example, with over 6,600 likes.
I just want to look at this.
I really don't like how people try to turn.
I'm using Osman Gold, so I just want to see the freaking thing from it. Alright, here we go. Palworld gives up the impression that it's a product designed to be sold, and rather to be played, you'll feel like a mark, and you'll be right. Can I just say something to the one dude? All products are designed to be sold. What in the fuck are you talking about, you stupid motherfucker? Oh my god, it's just symptomatic of how you idiots all act about Palworld. Oh my god, it's just a game, you fuckers. Stop acting like little babies, for fuck's sake. Jesus, what kind of shit do you guys got going on? Fuck, and don't even get me started on the Naughty Dog employee. It's still made with ill intent. Shut up. Like, fucking Last of Us was made with ill intent. I gotta be real with that. Like, dude, no one wanted no one wanted Last of Us to go out the way it did. And let's be real about that. Like, Naughty Dog used to be so cool. Now it's just like the Nathan Drake factory and the company that made Last of Us 2, the game that most people didn't like, and one person went insane because it just was that that bad. But we ain't talking about Zaldman. We don't talk about Zaldman Gina here. If he ever sees this, yes, your name is Zaldman Gina. Fucking fight me. Fucking talking about shooting like Zaldman, like I'm talking about Zald another time, but like honestly, that motherfucker, man, I got so much to unpack on that motherfucker that I didn't really get to do because I was, doing the Zova Zeta Breaker stuff. And since that kind of slowed down a little bit, I can just talk. I can just be myself and just talk without being in character. So, basically though, I'm just saying, you all just acting so stupid and I saw fucking like fucking Clownfish TV jump in on that, and I was like, oh no, not the people that constantly scream woke, thank you. We don't want it. We don't want you guys here. I saw Black Sage too. I was like, motherfucker, why are you here? But anyways, I'm just like, it just proved, but really, back to the people who are just bitching and moaning about it. I'm like, guys, there's a world where Palworld and fucking Pokemon can exist. I don't know what the fuck is the half of you guys' problems. Pokemon is, other than, like, Pokemon has let me down. The only thing it didn't let me down in was Arceus. But Sword and Shield didn't want it. Looked horrible. And you can say, well, most games on the Switch no, most games on the Switch may look bad from a technical aspect some of the time, depending on what they're doing. But not all Switch games look bad. But literally, they had to freaking patch a bunch of shit in just to get that going. Like, still had, like, it was still buggy and had problems. And I see Scarlet and Violet are following suit. And it's like, and the way I feel about it is just, like, Pokemon let me down, and now, like, Pokemon trying to and this is what I get for eating cheese while I'm doing a video. Well, before I did a video. Like, you guys gotta understand something. This was made with more love than any of these AAA games I've seen lately. But that should be totally fucking discarded because y'all want to be mad and be dicks and talk and accuse Power World of like art theft and a bunch of other shit. And I'm talking about all the Fakemon fan creators, bro. That ain't your design. They may look similar, but that ain't your design. What are you trying to do? Get more relevancy? Let me tell you something about getting relevancy. No one's going to pay attention to you for too long. And that goes for all of you, really? Fucking Power World, okay? Let Power World be what it is instead of just you guys bitching and moaning about it every 5 minutes. Like, now it's kind of died down a little bit, so I can just say this. Like, y'all handle Power World so poorly. Like, dude, it's not a big fucking deal. And they'll be like, but Bugsy, there's slavery in it. Bugsy, there's bestiality in it. Bugsy, there's this, that, and third in it. I'm like, one, you can't really bang. You can't bang any of the pals, so that's out. It's basically you can be a slave driver if you want in Power World. I would never get any. I've seen that done. You don't really get a lot of results by it. But you can choose to be a dick. Or be like, you and me and fucking pals. You can do that. It's like, I don't understand why it's so important for you guys to knock Pocket Pair down a peg because they're doing good. And like, I don't know about Japan and certain celebrities not talking about Power World. I don't know what else to say about that because it's like, okay. That's Japan being weird, like normal. Like, like what? Like what? There are Pokemon Yakuza that I don't know about. They gonna be like, don't you talk about Power? We're gonna cut your pinky. Like, if there's something going on there, I want to know. Like, I want to fucking know. Like, seriously. Fucking Pokemon Mafia. Oh my god, and just the fans. All you fans just seriously crying about Power World. Y'all are the most pathetic death threatening the fucking artists. Getting mad, threatening violence. Like Zon Like, seriously. What the fuck are all you guys' problems? Shit, it's a game, folks. You act like it's gonna come in the night and just take. You act like it's gonna come in the night and take your mama and your grandma's booty. It's just like, no, Power World, why did you do it? But your mom and grandma look satisfied, like this was planned. But it just really goes to show that like it doesn't matter what product, like if the product is really good and people are enjoying it, we'll always have motherfuckers that will hate and complain and bitch and moan and throw death threats and do all this shit because they acting like they weren't raised right, that they were raised by a fucking pack of wolves. That, oh my god! Listen, folks, Pokemon Pokemon shouldn't be your end all be all. I love Power World, but I ain't gonna fight. I ain't gonna fight for Power World. Like, I ain't gonna like go and beat someone's ass for Power World. That's just stupid. It's senseless. You guys are just like, oh my god, It's so stupid, dude. I love Palworld. And maybe if you actually gave it a shot and actually played it for your damn self, maybe you might get some. Maybe you might actually like it. But if you keep acting like Power World is this all encompassing evil force that needs to be stopped, well, that's just gonna be your new obsession. You motherfuckers are gonna sit there and obsess about it. It'll be the only thing in your life that gives you meaning. And when everybody else decides to come around and play it, you're the only one left. You're just gonna be there sitting there hating it from the back. But then again, there's a lot of Pokemon fans that will blindly follow Game Freak and Nintendo to a fucking portal, to a black hole. Now, I may be a guy who buys Nintendo games, but I haven't bought a Pokemon game since Arceus. And I feel like Power World really expands on what Arceus full, Pokemon Legends Arceus full, its full potential. I think it does. And I feel like that should be applauded. I feel like this coming from a indie studio of like 3 games, two didn't do so well, but Power World is such a big success. That should be applauded. That should be praised. That should be big for the freaking hold up. That should be like it's a freaking this is a freaking stepping stone for something even bigger. It's just like, because if Power World keeps going, we might get a sequel, or maybe they'll just keep giving us updates, making the game even better. They're starting to do merchandise, like a card game. We're actually gonna get a TCG. I'm like, Power World makes me feel like Pokemon used to make me feel. And that's a hard bar to do with me. And it did it. And we can talk about which pals and Pokemon are similar to each other. This, that, and the third. But can we all just enjoy? Can we all just respect that this game, in the course of 2 weeks, that fucking thing climbed the Steam charts, man. Could we just take that as, because it's not like a big studio and shit. But the fact that this thing got done and all is great, and the fact that we're all playing it is even more great. And the fact that we're getting merchandise and all this other stuff, it is good. And if I see a Power World anime, I am gonna chuckle like a mad fucking gremlin. I'm just saying. And to the person who made this article, I only have one thing to say. Sir, I'm not gonna say your name. I'm gonna call you Tappy. Now look, Tappy. You need to understand something. You didn't need to make that article, but you did anyway. And you gotta accept the fallout of what happened there. You can be in protect mode all you want, but the moment that thing is removed, you getting what's coming to you. Because I don't know what's wrong with you journalists. You don't either play the games or you speed through the games. Or whatever. But the fact that you're saying it makes you feel like a mark when playing it, it don't make me feel like a mark. Like a sucker, like a sap, like a goon. brings me back to a point where everything was new and different when I first played Pokemon. When I first held that Game Boy Color. Yes, I am old. Like, no duh. But I'm telling you, while the rest of you want to bitch and moan about why palworld exists and their models syncing up, riddle me this. When have you felt that kind of wonder that Pokemon used to give you? Did you stop feeling it? Or did it just go? Are you more obligated to buy Pokemon stuff because you're just a fan? You know, what is it? Hell, I want to see Digimon do the exact same thing that Palworld's doing. Like, not all of the mechanics with the open world. More of the open world like they did with Digimon World. Just more of that. But it's like, I don't understand why the hatred just keeps pouring. Why it keep pouring? Why it keep coming? It really just shows that no matter what Palworld does, it can do the most greatest thing in the world. Y'all will always see it as a goon, a moron, a sap, a bunch of shit. While it's doing something really cool and giving people who probably left Pokemon and giving them a little bit to scratch that itch. You know? Temtem, Tales of Tenorio, and Palworld are scratching that itch for people who left Pokemon. Who want more from their Pokemon experience than what they've been getting. But, you know, y'all don't see it from that perspective. Y'all see it from this perspective of a consumer that you don't want. You don't want to see it any other way. And that's stupid. You should want Game Freak to be challenged. So they can bring out their so Power can really bring out the best in them. You know? But hey. But it's Game Freak and Nintendo. I doubt they're really gonna change anything too big, and even if they do, it's only gonna be truly because Power got them off their asses. But y'all still complain about it. And to those people that will always complain about it and still complain about it, and it's your only sole focus, I just got one thing to say to you. I would say get a life. But let's be real, your life is just solely just hating on this game. But I will say this. You can hate until the cows come home. You can hate until you're blue in the face. You can hate everything the Power World's doing. Everything. Fucking everything. But what Power World did was a milestone into something great. And it might push Pokemon even further to do what they should be doing. Giving us that Pokemon sense of wonder again. Palworld gives me that wonder and a little bit of that danger that Pokemon's Pokédexes would always hint at. Because if you going in the powerful Ghost Islands, you're getting you're how freaking Arceus will make you feel when you're getting chased by a bunch of Machops. Yeah, that happened to me. That fucking happened to me. Machop just chased me down and shit. I was like, oh god. But in Palworld, you actually get hurt. And you actually get to see Palworld. You actually get to see the Pals eating each other too. That's always hinted at in Pokemon, but we never see it. Like, Palworld takes all that dark shit that Pokemon always implies, and then you see it. And I gotta be real with you guys. I bought Tekken 8, so I just took a break from Palworld, but I'm loving everything that Palworld is doing. And hell, we're gonna get more lore too. This game actually has lore too, and it's fucking amazing. It's not like Oscar worthy, but it's still cool. And the end game ain't really the end game because they're gonna go. There's gonna be something about that freaking gigantic tree. Anybody who played Power World, you all know what I am talking about, what I'm referring to. Everybody else, you're like, huh, what, huh? But let me just tell you this, folks. If you love Power World, don't let these motherfuckers. And you're not letting these motherfuckers get to you. But if any of you are, don't let these bitches tell you what you can and cannot play. They're not your dad, not your mom. They're not anyone in your family. They can't tell you what to do. And if you're in school and you got like friends that are just bitching at you for this, let me tell you something. You do what you want to do. You play what you want to play. Don't let don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Do what you want to do. And if anybody got a problem with that, then fuck them. Because if they're fucking with you about this, they just want you to be unhappy like they are. And I would say, and I can't believe I'm saying this over like Power World, but this is how it's gotten. Personally, I'm gonna love Power World, and I'm gonna get the trading cards. Not out of spite. Well, okay, a little bit out of spite. Just a little bit. Dude, before I was a YouTuber, I started out as a troll. So you can take the troll, you can take the man out of the troll, but you can't take the troll out of the man. Just saying. Always understand this. I don't mean to tappy over here. I don't mean to be malicious. I don't mean to be rude. But this man gotta understand, if you want to say some shit, you better be ready to deal with that shit. That's why I didn't like Alex from Nintendo Life. He said some shit about Sonic Forces, and yeah, he was a little bit on the money on that. I ain't gonna sit here and pretend like he wasn't. But if you gonna say some shit about something that people were liking at the time, and you get slammed for it, deal with the fallout of what happens, man. Remember where you are. You're on the internet. Toughen the fuck up. I don't give a fuck who you are. Toughen up. And I'm talking to like the grown ass adults. I ain't talking about the teenagers. If you're a teenager and you feeling that kind of shit and you got your thing on protective, you got that right. But if you're a grown ass adult, I'm looking at you like, really, motherfucker? Really? Hiding your account because you said some shit, and they're slamming him. They're not even really like harassing him for real. They're just slamming this motherfucker down for his dumbass take. It's a product to be sold. Motherfucker, every product is to be sold. What are you talking about? Swear. I feel like we're all surrounded by these Pokemon loving Power World hating idiots for no reason. Showing these AAA studios that they know that Pocket Pair knows what they're doing, and they know what people like. and they just wanted to make a fun ass game, and they succeeded. It's like fucking Mewtwo Strikes Back, but instead, it's like we made the world's most funnest game, and we succeeded. See, and I can make and me, I can make Pokemon references. I'm both. I'm still like a Pokemon fan because I still love the Pokemon series. I just wish they did better. And I love Palworld. Also, I'm a Sony, Xbox, and PC fan. So pretty much any fanboys that want to go in on me, dude, I have like all three. I have like all three in a Switch. What you guys say to me? Nothing. So for any like Sony fanboys and Xbox fanboys and PC fanboys in the room, I just want to tell you, these companies don't love you. Stop trying to give them the suck, please. Please. You're gonna get company. You're gonna get a company STD. That's not right, man. It's gonna be all up in your mouth. It's not right, man. You should get that checked. You should get that checked. But I will go. I will go. And I know my joke probably wasn't funny, but I don't give a fuck. Remember, folks. These are my actual thoughts. I ain't in character or anything. This is Bugsy. This is Bugsy No Name. Signing off, and just remember my words. If you're hating on Palworld because you're a Pokemon fan, and you're doing all these death threats and making all these accusations, you really need to do something else with your time. I don't know. Learn a skill. Plant something. Do something else with your time. You know, some of you gotta remind me of Zon Mangina. Just hating on something because everybody else is liking it and you just don't understand why. So you want to be violent and weird about it. Peace.